Kimahri Ronso returns to Mount Gagazet alone, cast out by his tribe, mocked for his broken horn. Today, he climbs the sacred mountain to reclaim his honour. His first trial, Biran and Yenke. Only by defeating his brothers can Kimahri begin his ascent. But this is no ordinary climb. This is the Gagazet Gauntlet, a brutal, uninterrupted solo run from the base of the mountain to the summit. Kimahri may only use what the mountain provides: Gagazet weapons, Gagazet items, and the strength he earns from his own sphere grid. Along the way, he must unlock every chest and survive with nothing but his Ronso rages and new abilities. At the end of this frozen path waits the one he must avenge: Seymour Flux, slayer of the Ronso, Kimahri's final opponent, and a battle he must fight alone. Can Kimahri climb Mount Gagazet and claim vengeance for his tribe?
If you will climb, then I must prove my strength. Biran rend you asunder! Hornless! Hornless!
Right, first things first, I'm going to systematically get the remainder of Kimahri's overdrives. At the same time, I need to do this in a particular way that prevents this battle from going on far too long, or longer than it needs to. The idea here is to separate, or once the brothers are separated, is to ensure that Biran drops down to lower than half of its HP, and then he'll cast Mighty Guard. Then I can lance it away. So I think a thrust kick should be okay here. And yeah, that's fine. So if I get in between these two now,
this is the strength of Kimahri.
Biran will use Mighty Guard, and I can just Ronso Rage that now. So I've got the Loner Overdrive equipped as well, so that's going to help in this fight if I run out of Ronso Rages. It's also going to help on the mountain as well, getting back Overdrive. So I want to avoid now using Fire Breath and Aqua Breath. So I think it's probably just worth getting some health back at this point, because the only buffs right now I've got is the plus 10% HP. What I could also do actually is I could have avoided both of those attacks. I could have just used Mighty Guard. Now the same thing needs to happen to Yenke. I need to drop Yenke below half health, and I also need that to happen when they are separated. So I'm just going to focus my efforts on Biran for now. I've got all of the overdrives from Biran. So that Mighty Guard put in some serious work there. And it looks as if I've got all of the overdrives from Yenke so far. I just need to wait for Yenke to basically drop the White Wind overdrive. So I'm just going to continue efforts on Biran. And Mighty Guard continues to put in serious work for me. What I need is a turn in between. There we go, that's perfect. And Bulldoze is also perfect. So now what I can do is, really doesn't matter here. He's going to use White Wind, so I could probably just use Thrust Kick. That'll do. So that's going to drop Yenke down to the White Wind threshold. But I wanted them separated so Yenke doesn't also cast White Wind on Biran as well. So now I've got to focus my efforts primarily at the moment on Yenke can get his health down, and it's an ample opportunity while he's so low. That Mighty Guard putting in some serious work helping me out. Now while they are together, it's an ample time just to use Lancet, just to recover some health. Because if you try and do a physical, it'll do like 1 damage, or it does because I'm starting at NSG stats. So I might as well just keep using Lancets. I seem to have got all of the overdrives for the climb up Gagazet. So not the most innovative strategy to take care of these two, but it gets the job done. And it keeps Kimahri topped up, albeit I am on the fence as to whether or not having Daredevil Overdrive might be better, but if we have a game over, that's something we could consider if we end up back at this fight. So that's going to take Biran into 1-hit KO territory, which is exactly what I want. And so both of the lads now are in 1-hit KO territory, so I might as well just get as much health as I can, saving using the potion. Oh, he's 12 HP. Right, let's take care of Biran first. No, he's on 6 HP now. That's fine. So if we take care of Yenke, we can take care of Biran and he doesn't get a turn. And we even finish off with full health. Look at that. Excellent.
You win. You win, Kimahri Ronso.
So there's the crucial first sphere level that we'll be getting for our climb up the mountain. And that's a pretty perfect item guild and equipment. Sorcery Armlet may come in clutch later in the challenge, and the Halberd's going to get us some free slots, but it's the 2 return spheres that I want.
Strong is Kimahri. Biran is happy. Sacred Mount Gagazet. I honor the name of strong warrior who defeats Biran. Remember always, Gagazet, that name is Kimahri.
Mountain knows Kimahri strong. Kimahri may pass.
Summoner, we Ronso will stop pursuers from temple.
Truly?
Penance for breaking Kimahri's horn long ago.
We crush enemies following behind.
Kimahri crush enemies standing before.
Right, now the brothers are done, we can start the climb up Gagazet. First things first, I am just going to get the chest with the money here, because we don't get any encounters here. We can put on the frequent encounters. That's going to stay on now for the remainder of the challenge. First things first, we've got to do some customization. So the only things we've got available to us are 3 glorious armlets with pretty much nothing to customize, and the shapeshifters. But the thing that makes this challenge potentially possible is the fact that you get return spheres from the brothers. So we're going to equip one of those onto our lance and give ourselves first strike. The other thing I want to do is set ourselves to Slayer. Because we've ended up with an overdrive, we've actually got one free kill with Stone Breath each time we get an overdrive. Next thing is about getting HP. And what I could do, and what I'm going to try, is returning to Lancet to get myself some additional HP from here. Next thing, I'm going back to the customize. I'm going to give myself some defense and magic defense, whatever difference that will make. We're in Slayer, we've got an overdrive, we've got first strike, and we've got our best mithril armlet equipped. Let's go. First battle is an ambush, but we guarantee ourselves the victory and the potential for some early spoils with a Stone Breath. It's going to be our get out of jail free card for a lot of the early battles. Now it's going to slowly help us with the sphere grid, I imagine, but it's not really going to help us advance. Now we already got a red armlet. That is just unbelievable luck so far already. Oh my god, we got literally the best drop to start things off. We got a bloody fireproof. What I think we need to do is move back to Loner. Let's carry on, because we do have to get all of the items as well as part of the challenge. And with first strike, we're always going to get the first turn. Now, it's very unlikely that we're going to get a double escape miss, but it can happen. It's even more unlikely that we get a triple escape miss, but again, it can happen. I think we can just go for another Stone Breath here, because we should be in Slayer again. Well, we'll soon find out if we're in Slayer again. No, we're not. So we're in Loner. So that was a bad move. What I probably should have done was taken out the imp by itself and then equipped the fireproof. Now, is there any way for me to get rid of the imp? I can't use anything. I've got nothing to lance it from it. I probably can't tank its attacks. I could try and bribe it, because it's only got 800 HP. I'm going to equip the fireproof. Usually it's 20 times the HP of the enemy. So 17,700. Hopefully that sends it away. Excellent. So self-destruct, fire and rush are all fire attacks. So having this fire protection early just helps with so much. So I'm just going to defend until I get an overdrive here. What I think we can do is attack each one of these 3 times, because technically we can't lose now. Right, this should be the third attack for the self-destruct. Excellent. And we live to fight another day with an overdrive. Let's go. There's nothing I don't think I can do about the ambushes on Gagazet. I don't think there's any access to initiative here. We're going to try here with Bad Breath. Now, it's not always guaranteed. And all I think I've got to do here is just swap my weapon. And just let poison do its thing. That's it, there's the imp down. Right, so poison isn't always guaranteed, and I don't think darkness is on these either. They must have some sort of resistance. So I'm just going to get myself another overdrive. So I suppose here, actually, I should have been stealing fire gems as well previously. We'll finish things off with a Lancet. So there's the self-destruct. All of these ambushes as well to start things off. So like here, if this wasn't an ambush, I think I'd just run, but considering it is an ambush, I've only got one opportunity to run here. Right, this is what I'm after. So I don't think we've got enough to bribe it. We haven't got an overdrive. It might just be best if we escaped here. Right. So we failed to escape. We could try a fire gem, but it would just mean 2 hits must hit the imp. So I think I'm going to try and escape again. Oh, there's that double. Ah, I can't believe we got a game over and we got the fireproof. The double escape has messed us up there. But I must remember we've also got other tools at our display here. I'm just hoping when we get an ambush, we don't fail to escape. Even though I think we've only got about a 75% chance. So I'm going to try for the escape. Because I've failed here, I think I'm just going to have to go for a stone breath. That puts me at a disadvantage in the next battles, because I've got no overdrive now. The other thing I could have used there is bad breath, but it's not always a guaranteed. But we got some fire protection, let's go. Fire ward is good enough. So we've already got the cash, and we've got the mega potions now. As part of the challenge, we do need to pick up all of the items. So that early fire is coming in clutch. I think we just go for a stone breath here, because equally, lightning protection is also going to be amazing. But if we can get better fire protection, like SOS Null Blaze or Fireproof, or potentially Lightning Proof, oh my god, that is an insane drop. I'm actually thinking of equipping that. So we're in Slayer, and we're near, I'm not going to say it, but we're nearly at the auto-save. We're nearly there. Oh, I haven't put myself to loner, actually. Need to get more diligent with the overdrive. Come on, not the triple. Please, not this close to the auto-save. Oh, you joking me? This is ridiculous. The only way is if one of these misses. You are absolutely joking me. Right there as well. The triple escape failure has absolutely let us down. Right, back to the drawing board. I think if we get some early lightning or fire, then we're cooking on gas. If we don't, I think we're going to struggle. So fire ward, fireproof, lightning proof, even lightning ward at this point. Not a heat lance. I just pray that the escape mechanic works when we get ambushed. Right, we're getting lucky with the Slayer enemies at the moment. In that I think it's been a Bashura every time, or a bomb and imp encounter. Right, let's cash in on the sphere level, get that extra HP. Means one less battle to get us into Slayer overdrive mode. Now, do I get the extra turn here? Yes, I do. I've had the... Oh, this is the second time I've had the double escape failure. I'm going to have to go for the stone breath again. Not what I want to do, but what I must do to progress here. 2 null-tied armors. Are you actually kidding me? That is just extremely unlucky. Both incredible armors, just not for this challenge. Right, this is a non-ambush one, which is good. Oh, but we've got the stone breath. We just end up with no overdrive here. Oh, another heat lance, 60% of the way for the overdrive, which is good. Oh, come on. Don't let me down now. Escape. So we've managed to basically get back here without the need of lightning proof. Yes, it's been a lot of escaping, but we've basically managed to get to the autosave. I say that and we fail to escape. So let's just use a stone breath here. So we're basically where we were last time. And we get an ambush. So, do we make it? We're literally standing on top of Braska's sphere here. Oh, and we've made it to Braska's sphere. Excellent. Right, let's take a look at this and we'll get the auto-save here. Fantastic.
Hello, Yuna. I hope you are well. I wonder how old you are now that you're watching this sphere. You must be very beautiful, like your mother. I wish I could see you. Oh, by the way, Jekt and Oren send their regards. So far, our journey has been very entertaining. Of course, it is a hard journey, but I have no regrets. It is the path I have chosen. Yuna, when you have grown, you will have to find your own path. Do what you must do the way you want to do it. Doors will always open themselves to those who do. Listen close, Yuna. Your future is yours to make. Live the way you want to. Whatever way that may be, you have your father's full support. Yuna, I will always be with you.
So, anytime we have a game over now, we can just go back to this position. So what I want now is into Slayer, because I was going to use Slayer there, but I thought it's not the best. So, I'm going to use the Stone Breath because of the drops, but also I want to keep my Gil. Oh, we get a red arm. What did we get? We got a Firewood with a couple of slots. Come on. Right, at least we've got another Overdrive back. But are we going to have to use it now, or do I get another turn? Oh, we get... Now, if he puts us to sleep, it's GG. Oh, for God's sake. We lose. Back to the autosave. We lose the Fire Ward. Just keep progressing. Since this is an ambush, I'm going to just go for a Stone Breath here. And pray we get a fire drop. Some form of fire protection drop from the bomb. Unlikely, but we can hope. Oh my god, we got a red arm. Fire Ward. That will do right now. Just have to keep going. This is the battle I want. We can move into Fire Ward. We can then bribe the imp. Excellent. We Mighty Guard actually. We get Protect. So we've got Protect and Fire Protection. And we tank one of the attacks with Mighty Guard. Technically their attacks go down to 125. That's 500 damage. So we only take 375. Let's use Mighty Guard here. So now we've got fire protection. It really opens the doors for new strategies here. And if we heal ourselves up, we can actually start getting some steals in. If I remember correctly, steel actually doesn't change then from a physical to a magical attack. So we can just keep doing this for a couple of turns. We have got the Overdrive here. I might use Bad Breath. That's fine. At least we've got this one now. We can start stealing a couple of fire gems from it. There's the second steal. Excellent. And we've got the Overdrive back. Okay, so Lancet should now get us the victory. And this should be less than 600. 150 damage, perfect. Let's just have a look what we can start to customise. So Fire Gems gives us Fire Eater. That means the Lightning Gems from the Imp will give us Lightning Eater. Everything but. There's the chest to me. Oh, you joking me. Come on. Come on, one miss. Please miss. Please psych up. Please psych up. Soul destroying. So now we're back in Slayer. We're good. That's what I like in ambush when I've got Stone Breath Slayer. Yes, red armlet, let's go. We get the additional HP. Firewall 2 free slots, that is a busted drop. Oh, but not if you get ambushed directly after and you fail to escape. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, a failure to escape off the bat is not a good sign. We've made it so far without any decent equipment right now. Let's try it. Plenty of cash. Well, I say plenty of cash. I've got a bit of cash on spare. And I'm in Loner, which is perfect. Because now with Loner, I can use Doom to get rid of one of the grenades. Doom counter ticks before they get a turn. So technically, I only have to see one of their attacks. Let's get a steal in. They're going to get 4 turns. Or are they? So they're going to do 500. He's going to have a turn. And then A is going to die on that second turn. That's what I'm banking on. Okay, so I should only really be taking 750 damage now. Yes, that's right. Death has sorted me out there. We get more fire gems. Right, we've got 10 now. This should do 300. And we make it to the chest. So that's not going to help us, but it's going towards what we need to do on the mountain. Part of the challenge, as a reminder, we must get all of the items available to us. We're in Loner here, so I think this is our opportunity to get a Fire Eater. Come on, please take the bait. Yes. Excellent. This is where the steals come in, but I need to use a steal when they don't get 4 turns. Is it this time? Yes, it is. 3 fire gems there, another steal, 5 fire gems there. Doom on A. Doom on A is the one. Excellent. Death does its thing. This is where we can get some additional steals. Oh, another rare steal there. So what have we got in terms of, we've got 22. This should be the final attack as well. Excellent. We've got ourselves a Fire Eater, folks. Let's do some customizing. Yeah, I think we go straight for that. 10% and a Fire Eater. I need to figure out what the strategy is there to get some lightning gems. Because technically, can I actually solo that fight now? Because the damage done by the bombs should heal me with Fire Eater. I need a bomb encounter. Don't need this encounter. Sake. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. We've come so far, and we're just going to have to go for the Stone Breath. If I do get a bomb encounter, though, I've got a feeling with a Mighty Guard, I'll be able to one-shot. And we get the additional HP. That's just busted. Right, more agility as well. That is incredible. Come on, bomb drop. Right. If my theory is correct, C should strike first, then A and B should heal me. Let's try it. tank the Thundaga. That heals me. Does it heal me enough though? No, but with a high potion, when I get Mighty Guard, I can solo this. Is this where I use Mighty Guard? So, C does nothing. A does nothing. B does give me back to max. C does 700. A and B put me back to max. Excellent. So this is going to be tanked. This is going to be immune. This is going to put me back to round about max. This is only going to do 700. Yep, 750. Excellent, the boys have got me back. With a Mega, I should start to be able to do some stealing now. Because Thundaga should be negated by the 2 fires. There we go, 2 steals, excellent. So, I'm just going to escape. I need to make myself to once. How far are we away from Lightning Eater? 13 gems. Let's try for another steal. Excellent, got that Lightning Gem. Once I get Lightning Eater, this battle is an auto win. If I go for a steal, actually I'm just where I was previously. Oh, that was just perfect. I'm thinking escaping probably the easiest thing there. We're so close to the Lightning Eater. Right, what I'm going to have to do here is Stone Breath. Even though I really don't want to, we're literally at once right there. We're a couple of battles away. Oh, I'm literally facing once.
Welcome to Owalkers.
We made it to once, folks. Let's go. I think this plus Fire and Lightning Eater is arguably going to be one of the best things I can have. What I am going to do though is equip this and customise with my Fire Eater. Okay, I think we keep going so I can get a steal in here. We've got 16 lightning gems. If I can get one more, then maybe I've got a chance at getting a lightning eater the next time we come up against these. We'll get a steal in here. Oh, wonderful. Let's get the Lancet on the go. Fire Eater is just busted. HP Sphere, right. Are we at a free slot? No, we're not. Shit. We can't even use it yet. How far are we from? Oh, there's one more battle away. Right. Can we go straight in with a Mighty Guard? And we get the turn after. Now I think we can steal on the next one. I am not leaving this battle until I have got at least 3 lightning gems. Well, there's 2. That's a magical start. Let's go for a steal. There's the 20th. Providing we don't mess up, we've got the Lightning Eater. Let's customise. The Lightning Eater, you get the Elemental Armlet. This is actually going to open the door to a lot of new avenues. Okay, we've got the Lightning Eater. We've got the Fire Eater. We can absolutely solo this fight now. Excellent. Oh, we still haven't got that sphere level. All roads lead to the save sphere now, folks. If that means me escaping my way to get there, then so be it. Remember though, I've only got a 75% chance of escaping. So just like that, I failed to do so. Yeah, not going to chance it, so we're just going to utilise the Stone Breath. Right, there's the all-important sphere level. I think it's probably just best to go back here. Get an extra 300. I am getting so nervous right now. If I have to escape all the way up this hill, I bloody well will do. I'll even take these. Oh, come on. Oh, I get the triple because I can tank whatever that middle enemy has got to throw at me. I can tank it. Oh my god. Right, last fight. Kimahri. Excellent. Oh, and we made it. Let's go. The world is our oyster now. There is so much prep we have got to do for the Flux fight. I'm basically just going to take lots of risks now because we just need lots and lots of gil. Because there's a few things that I want ahead of the Flux fight. There's going to be SOS haste just in case, and there's some bribe stuff. What we could do here is chance a steal. That dream powder has just opened up a lot of doors. I might be able to tank C's attack. Even better if it does electrocute. So what I can do is now I can steal. I might even be able to use something like fire gem here. We've now opened the door to dream powders. Just going to check bribe for all of the enemies. The Grats, 100,000 for 40 remedies. Oh, 12 shining gems. I need 188,000. What I might do is actually collect some items and then go back to once and go and sell some stuff. Still in need of SOS haste. And there it is. Let's go. SOS haste at last. Has he got any drops? Have he got any free slots? It has as well. We've got so much stuff in abundance now, which is really good. Our bed potions, dream powders. It's all going towards getting the remedies from the Grat. I think that's the first port of call. I think Auto Med is going to play a big part of the Flux battle, and then I think it's full steam ahead towards Shining Gems. Then I think we're going to start thinking about customization and the Flux battle. So we can use the Dream Powder, steal from the mech. Okay, another grenade should sort them out. Excellent. Right, there's the 100,000. It's a bribe. 100 grand. To you, Mr. Grat. Now I can use a dream powder. I could even do some fire gems here. Can we get some steals in? Yep. Busted. Oh, 36 remedies. What we do get access to is Auto Med. Just take it out with a physical. 500 on a physical. That's really good going. Right, the final HP node. 2,578. Will that be enough for Flux with Mighty Guard?
Welcome to O'Walkers.
Finally, we made it. What I probably do want though as well is another one of these. Yeah, that plus Auto Med plus something else is probably going to be really good for Flux. So we're only 50k shy now of the Shining Gems. Okay, let's make our way back. And we're at the save sphere, folks. The last thing I want to do is get into a bomb encounter. Perfect. What a way to finish things off. If I bribe you for 200, that should sort you out and give me a lot of shining gems. 10 shining gems. Is that going to be enough? Probably. If not, we can always come back and get more. Right, let's finish the sphere grid before we move on to Flux. We just need that agility and the magic just in case. We've got the shining gems, not as many as I've hoped, but we've got some. It is the final battle we need. Plus we've got to find another bomb and we've got to try and bribe it for some additional shining gems. And I'm just going to give it everything. There's the final sphere level that I need. I'm going to go back to once. I'll get myself sold up, I'll get all the items I need, and then I'll come back.
Welcome to Walkers.
We've
got plenty of gil for the bribe, and we'll set up for the return journey. We're at the save sphere, folks. We are going to bribe one of these grenades. Oh, we have got enough for 30 times. I don't think we've got any other use for the gil, so 225. Let's give him that. What do we get? 14 shining gems. So now we've got 24 shining gems. Right, Flux prep time. So we've got to worry about zombie, we've got to worry about physical attacks, we've got to worry about dispel, we've got to worry about cross cleave, we've got to worry about total annihilation, which is a magic attack. So here's what I'm thinking. We use one of these and we go for auto med because we've already got defense, so I'll put on the extra magic defense. Now we're going to start with the first strike and then I think we move into the counter attack and plenty of shining gems. And maybe these will even come in clutch as well, the soul springs, because we might be able to recover some easy HP, like after cross cleave. Right, we don't actually need that right now, we need this. So let's get ourselves up the mountain. Right, I think because it's not an ambush, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. Just use some fire gems here. Okay, we can use a frag grenade here, that should give us the victory. Rebel Lance with 1 free slot would just be the icing on the cake. And we get the Rebel Lance. Oh, again, no free slots. Let's do the old Dream Powder strats. Once the fire gems are done killing the grats, we'll get a couple of soul springs. Oh, a rare steel, nice. And we might as well use these fire gems, because I think the only damage output now is going to come in the form of a counter attack, a shining gem or an overdrive from Kimahri. Maybe Ultima. It'd be cool to finish Flux off with an Ultima if he hasn't got Reflect. That's the intention. Come on, let's get that Rebel Lance. Another haste highly. Right, we made it to Flux at last. So let's get Loner on and get him equipped with a curative and the first strike. Flux first attempt, let's go.
Save some for Kimahri.
Allow me to say something to the last Ronso before I leave. Yours was truly a gallant race. They threw themselves at me to bar my path, one after another.
No.
You could end the suffering of this poor Ronso. Allow Kimahri to die and release him from his pain. Pitiful mortal.
Your hope ends here! And your meaningless existence with it!
Okay, folks, the culmination of the entire challenge leads up to this point. Can Kimahri get revenge? Let's find out. So, I think first things first, it's probably best to get us into counter-attack. What's going to be best here? We'll go for damage, or should we go for the torque, actually? Although the torque gives him 4 turns, so I'm thinking a bad breath, because that will put on silence and poison potentially. And while he's getting his extra turns, he gets the poison ticks. Obviously, it didn't help there. I mean, 500 with the counter's good. So there's the auto med coming in clutch, and that protects us from the full life and any subsequent Lance of Atrophies. So we've done 1.5 already. It's a shame we didn't get the poison on. I think we're going to need the poison to actually get the victory here. But I think it's 2 Lance of Atrophies, then Dispel, and then Cross Cleave. I think we'll try out a Soul Spring. That's great. That gets us back to full HP. That was the Dispel turn, and because he's in silence, we don't see Dispel, which is really useful. So, because we don't get another turn here when we use, I'm actually going to defend the Cross Cleave. So we should be able to tank this because of our defense stat. Surely. Yep, 1126, excellent. Right, this should be another Lance of Atrophy, so I'm just going to go for a Soul Spring. See, the poison would have done like what? I think we would have had about 5 clicks by now, 6 clicks. Let's go on the offensive with the Shining Gems. I'm wondering if we can tank a Cross Cleave with full health. Let's try it. So we've got max health, we're not in defend. So we instantly skip to the Dispel round, and now he has... Oh yeah, we can tank it, but we don't tank the Lance of Atrophy. Okay, so our first attempt against Seymour ends in a failure. So do we go Mighty Guard, or do we go with Bad Breath? We could also try and utilise SOS Haste somewhere. So what could we give him potentially? Plus 10. Let's give him that, and maybe that. Okay. So we start off with swapping into the Rebel Lance. Then I think we've got to go for the Bad Breath here. I think that's the best outcome. Let's just see if we do get the poison. Right, we don't get the poison, but we get the silence. It's got 90% resistance to poison. So it might just be that we've got to do it time and time again to get the poison. So the next attack is a second lance, so we can go in with a Shining Gem. Then it's the Dispel phase, but we skip that because it's silenced. So it should just come back to us after the full life. Hang on, we get more overdrive here. If we go into the haste armor here, and we mega potion, we will come out of the cross cleave phase theoretically in SOS HP. We get a shining gem in. We should be able to tank the cross cleave here, get into SOS, and then start having enough turns, so we just about made it then. But it must inflict delay, that's the problem. Damn it. I think defense before the cross cleave is the strat. And if we can get off a Mighty Guard at some point. There's definitely a spare turn that I had there to get into SOS haste, potentially heal myself up and then use a Mighty Guard. This is a good positive camera angle for us. Right, silence will do for now to test the strats. Okay, so that's Lance 1. That's Lance 2. That's what I'm expecting. We're in SOS, that's good. Right, into the curative armlets. Let's get a shining gem in. Okay, I think this is where I mega potion, because the next turn should be dispel, and this turn should be cross cleave, lance. It's probably best just to defend here. Okay. Nice, we're in SOS as well, which is fantastic. We can get in a shining gem. We can tank a cross cleave, a lance, that's fine. If I defend here, yep. So we survived the cross cleave again. We've got the second overdrive. And we're likely going into this third phase. I'm going to stay in SOS for the minute, because I can tank another lance. I'm going to shining gem. Shining gem again. It's probably a bad move there. So I tank the lance, that's fine. Here's where I bad breath. I'm unsure whether this is going to work. Oh, we don't get the bad breath. Okay. So we're going to see dispel here. That's fine. I'm alright with dispel there, to be honest. I think we defend here. Yeah, so we defend the cross cleave lance combo, which we will be able to survive. That's fine. Lance, but we're in defense. Double lance there because of the delay. Right, we might be able to get in a cheeky shining gem there, and we need to get in a mega potion as well. Right, so here's reflect. Auto attack mode. Do we just go on the all out offensive here? Or are we screwed because we need him in silence so he doesn't use flare? Let's just see. Yeah, he uses flare. I wonder how much this does. 2,100, so we can tank that. I think we got this. We just need to get the post cross cleave phases nailed down. Regardless to get with the bad breath, we're just going to just see how far we get with this episode. So we got the poison and no silence. That's a rarity, to be honest. But we tank the lance, piece of cake. And no need to worry about the full life. It's good that the second lance gets us into SOS, because we have the option to move into the SOS haste phase, which I think we do. The plus 10% there is actually crucial because it keeps us in SOS there. Probably should have moved to the counter attack there, but never mind. So here we can heal up, because I think this is cross cleave here. Oh no, this is the dispel phase. We switch to the rebel lance and then get a defending, because not only do we get the poison ticks there, but we get some damage from the counter attack versus, I think it's cross cleave and lance, or it could just be lance. We get the second overdrive, which is excellent. This is dispel and cross cleave. What we could do with though is getting a turn in between, and what that'll allow me to do, avoid the dispel and now get in a mighty guard. Just trying a new strat here. So So this is basically the same as defending a cross cleave with protect. And we should be able to survive the lance here. Yep, 373 from the lance. That's great. And we get the counter, albeit only 250. Now he's got protect. So I think the main prerogative here is to heal up. But what we want to do is avoid dispel. Much like we haven't avoided this time. Let's just try getting him into the auto attack mode phase as a test. Yeah, there's the reflect, and now we're going to see flare, but we should be able to survive the flare even without shell. Yeah, 2-2. And unlike cross cleave, the flare does not inflict delay. So now we've got enough turns to heal with this. And what I'm also thinking about using here is a Soul Spring, because that gets us up to maximum HP, takes a bit of HP off Seymour. Now, the question is, do we survive Total Annihilation here? And the answer is, no we don't, but we would had we had Shell. So there's the test. I think the other optimization here is we start in SOS Haste because this guarantees us we are in SOS Haste because of the reduced defense. We're just going to go straight in with the damage here. I think we actually just need to heal here. Dispel comes in. But actually, if I think about it, if I use Mighty Guard here, I'll be able to tank a cross cleave and 2 lances. I think this is the turning point. So cross cleave basically does the same as what we've done before. Just all depends on whether or not I've got enough time to get a Mega Potion in and get a second turn in before Dispel. Shit, no I haven't. How am I going to do this then? Unless I get him into the reflect phase, but I still would have had a second turn there to use Mega Potion before flare. So let's just defend. So we're in protect. Oh no, we're not in protect anymore. That's... I think this is where I can use Mighty Guard. Now, it all depends if I can repeat the same attack pattern. So I tank that as if I was in defend, and that one, and I should be able to tank the second Lance of Atrophy. Excellent. Here's where we've got 2 turns. So I'm actually thinking, do I use a Shining Gem here and get him into the Reflect phase? Because then I've got a second turn to use a Mega Potion. Now I should have another turn. Oh, let's go. Right, Mega Potion. And we tank the shell. Let's go. Now, what I'm going to do is to get back to full health is actually use a Soul Spring here. And I just pray we can tank the Total Annihilation on full health. Now, because Total Annihilation is a magic-based attack, there's no need to defend. So I can just go on the offensive here with Shining Gem. Come on, please tank it. 400, 400, another 450, 410. Oh, let's go. We tanked it. I think it's just rinse and repeat here, folks. Let's go. So we're in, I think we'll drop out of SOS Haste here. But we tank the flare again, and we can just use another Soul Spring to get back to full health. Yep, should be 3 more turns. We've managed to sneak in another turn here. It really is a shame that he's got Reflect, because I would love to have finished him off with an Ultima. So we should be able to tank this. It's whether or not now I get a turn after Total Annihilation, or whether he gets flaring. I think I've messed up with the turns here. He might get flaring directly after this. Yeah. Cooked. GG. Okay. So I think we got the strategy. It's just after a certain number of turns, it feels like I've got an extra turn to use an extra Shining Gem, but actually I need to maybe swap my weapons. I think as long as we can get that Flare Total Annihilation phase nailed down, we've got this. Easy. I say easy, it's only took about 20 attempts. We've got the strat nailed down now, we just got to execute it. So I think here's where we use Mighty Guard. And it's after this Cross-Cleave Lance phase that will likely have 2 turns. 1 to use to get him into the Reflect phase, and 2 to get him to get Kimahri back into full health. Okay, so there's the second lance. Right. This should get him into Reflect. Excellent. But we've got that second turn because we're in SOS haste. So yes, he's in the auto attack mode, but we've got shell and full health. Okay, so we tanked that really easily. So here's where we use a Soul Spring. Them all-important Soul Springs from the Bashuras. And we tank the Total Annihilation. Excellent. Let's go. Kimahri with his 7 magic defense. We need to heal to max with a Mega Potion. Or near enough max. So we tank the flare. Soul Spring gets us back to full. Now we've got 1 turn theoretically before the Total Annihilation to get a Shining Gem in. Absolutely perfect. I think because we're using items and use, at some point we get a different turn outcome. We get a better turn. We get better turns. But we just need to stick to this plan. Your attack is very impressive, Seymour, but not as impressive as my Mega Potion and my setup. Okay, repeat the same thing we did last time with the Soul Spring. So that gets us into full HP. Let's just swap, because I think this is where we went wrong last time. So this is Total Annihilation, but theoretically we get a turn in before Flare now. So let's go for a Shining Gem here. I think that weapon swap has saved this attempt. Okay, there shouldn't be any delay. Excellent. So we can go in with a Mega Potion. Tank the flare as usual. Perfect. Use a Soul Spring. Right, we're at max. I think what we'll do is we'll swap weapons here. So we've missed out on a turn there. So if we use... it's the same situation as previously. That's excellent. So we can get a turn in again before flare, but after total annihilation. Noisy Kimahri tanking that total annihilation like a beast, like a master. Master of the Mount Gagazet. Perfect that was. So, I think we've got the strat nailed down now. We've just got to keep going and make sure we get the turn order correct each time now, each round. Soul Spring. We're 2 shining gems away, folks. Seymour watches and waits. If we use, yep, we get in there with a shining gem. And we get the turn in again after total annihilation, but before the flare. I think this is it, and he's at 1454. One final shining gem. And we get the victory. Let's go. Yes. Oh my god, we've made it. I cannot believe it. And just to complete things, we're just going to go and get the final item. The Saturn Crest. What an unbelievable strategy. What an unbelievable finale. I think that kind of wraps it up, folks. We've got all of the items that we needed. We've defeated the brothers. We've conquered Gagazet. And we've taken revenge on Seymour Flux to complete the Gagazet Gauntlet. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop us a comment, share this out there. And I hope you've really enjoyed the challenge. I've loved it. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you all on the next one. Cheers.